Hey guys, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Today we'll be playing some more of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last we left off, we were in the middle of investigation, and we got to talk to Mr. Sherlock Holmes a bit more, and we found out some very interesting information about this Russian convict prisoner who escaped, and then there was this ballerina who went missing. So there's a lot of oddities surrounding the case, and we don't really know what's going on because everything just seems so disconnected right now. We're gonna finish up investigating this room, and then we're gonna move on to the room next door and investigate there a bit more. Sherlock Holmes is there already, so we're gonna see what's going on there. Anyway, let's just jump right in and see what happens. Okay, so we still have a fair amount to investigate here from what I recall, right? This entire right side, and we also have to talk to this Russian crew guy. Alright, so what do we have here that we haven't investigated? I guess this thing here. I don't know what it is. What is... oh, is that a... what do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Yeah, it looks like a cup of some kind. Whatever the thing is, it appears to have broken clean in two. Yeah, which is really odd that it's that perfectly cut in half.
The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit.
I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? And it's perfectly cut in half. Maybe Kazuma used his katana to do that, but like, what's the point?
And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue.
Maybe it's a... I don't know. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. I mean... are you sure? Because, like, this is kind of similar, isn't it? There's a lot of browns in this cabin, dude. Okay. What we got? What else we got? We got the... don't tell me this is a bone steak or something. That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty.
Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But, did you eat it on the floor here?
I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. I mean, there must have been some kind of struggle, right?
But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he?
No, that's right, so he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me.
Oh no! Does that mean...
what?
Poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly.
Susato, I don't think that's the main thing here, right? The main thing is he's dead.
It's just too horrible.
Ugh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Yeah, Susato-san is just guilt-tripping us right now. Okay, what else we got? There's like a knife. I guess that's just part of the chicken plate.
That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it.
Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul.
I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip.
I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. Yeah. And now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Are we gonna keep the katana to ourselves as like a memory thing? Because it meant so much to him. I guess they're just gonna give it back to his clan, to his family. Okay, let's look at this.
There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yeah, this is strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... no, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. Yeah, which kind of proves that they were both maybe potentially drugged because of... well, Kazuma didn't eat. So he couldn't have been asleep if the food was drugged or poisoned or whatever, right? Maybe that's why there was a struggle, because he wasn't actually asleep when they expected him to be asleep. but Ryunosuke was asleep. Maybe it's one of the crew people, and they came in, they saw that Kazuma had eaten, because there was an empty plate on the table, but they didn't realize that it wasn't him who ate, and they tried to, I guess, get the jump on him, but he was still fully awake, and that's why the struggle happened. But I don't know. Does that even make sense?
So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama?
No. Okay. She's really back and forth on us being innocent and guilty here. I guess the crew guy, so let's look at this first. Seiji, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Did he write that? I'm guessing he wrote that.
Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart.
I wonder if that's gonna come into play. It's probably gonna come into play with the writing on the floor, right?
Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully?
Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? She really does not trust us, huh?
Even though you should stowed away on this ship.
I thought we were over this. Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. She's suspicious of us. Let's look at the door. Oh, okay, we're talking to the guy, I guess. Excuse me. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking prison guard to help him escape. Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Yet. You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong to police to decide what they do with you. Really? You stay. Alright. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure. Okay, so how are we gonna get out? Let's try the door again?
When I went for help and the crewmen forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed.
It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. Okay. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. What about the vent? The vent is just such an oddity still. Maybe there's some kind of secret passage behind, I don't know, the desk or the wall hanging, the paper thing hanging off the wall. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. But it's broken, isn't it?
Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid.
Okay. Where were you even hiding that book? I'm pretty sure you have no pockets. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. We get it, Ryunosuke, we get it. Up and down your spine. Okay, another Russian guy. This guy was suspicious. When I was editing and I watched the intro again, I don't know why. I don't remember why, because it's been a while. But something about him bothered me. I don't know why. I feel like he might be the culprit. Oh, look over there. Because there were 3 crewmen present at the scene of the crime, and this guy was one of them. But I don't remember why he stood out to me over this blonde guy and the guy with the striped face. But yeah, I don't know, but he stood out to me.
The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he?
That's what I thought.
Why don't we try talking to him?
Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again, but I suppose I could try. Okay. Why not? He seems a lot nicer than the blunt guy. Is
something wrong, Naruhodo-san?
Oh, no. It's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling I've seen him somewhere before. Wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, I think I know who that is. It's, what's his face? It's the waiter guy. It's the waiter guy. What's his name? Hosonaga. That's Hosonaga. Right?
Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar.
Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Oh my god, it is him. That's why he looked suspicious. I'm like, there's something off about him. Oh my god, that's so funny. I recognize that face, but it can't be. Why is this so funny to me? It is. Is he just gonna make an appearance in every case? That would be so funny.
I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga.
At least he might have our back here, right? Hello again. What are you doing here? He still has his arm like that, as if he's holding like a towel or something. I don't know why he has that pose still. I guess they got, I don't know, they didn't want to animate more poses for him, or maybe it's just like his iconic pose, I guess, now. I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped.
Nearly stopped, I hope.
I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board the ship. Again? Is it because of the prisoner guy that escaped or something? There was like a threat.
You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector.
I mean, it's kind of hard to blend in with this crew, right? They're all people who speak Russian, and Hosonaga definitely does not speak Russian. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I hope that's the voice I gave him, because I don't recall exactly what the voice was. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation, yes. And he's still bleeding. I wonder if he's just gonna die at the end of the game or something because of all the blood. Okay, I guess there's still hope that we're gonna find out what that blood and coughing is all about. Alright, maybe he has tuberculosis. And we've got Russian people on crew. As part of the crew on board. So that might be the case, who knows. Special orders. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector?
Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew?
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. He cannot share that information with us, I bet. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? Oh, for what? For protect. Yep. Protect Kazuma. Damn. And the thing was that Kazuma, I feel like Kazuma knew that he was in danger, right? Because when he was talking to Ryunosuke, I don't recall what it was, but it seemed like he knew he was going to be in danger. And it looks like maybe he wasn't the only one who knew, because Hosonaga was ordered to be his bodyguard. My orders were to act as Masogi-san's bodyguard. It was Minister of Justice Jikogu who pushed for his overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Interesting. So the assassination thing they knew about. Assassinated? How could that even have been possible? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jikogu said we should be prepared for all eventualities.
This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated?
Yep. Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew.
I see.
And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. So how did this happen? But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector, it's not your fault, man. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. I like Hosonaga. I like him a lot. I'm glad at least he's alive. Even before he dies in the next case. I hope that's not the case. I hope he's like a Gumshoe sort of character. Actually, I think he's the Gumshoe of this series, maybe. Right? Because we had Gumshoe in the original trilogy, and I guess we have Hosonaga for this, right? That makes sense. That's why he's gonna keep making appearances, I'm guessing. That makes so much sense now. Oh my god, I'm so glad. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not.
We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door.
Yes, so we need to be allowed. Oh, that's Rinosuke.
Yeah, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin.
I'm sorry.
What?
You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two.
I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Once again, yeah.
Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm going to need something persuasive.
Like the paper thing we had on the wardrobe, right? The paper seal, that's right. What do you mean?
If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to.
But I don't see how. There may be a way.
What, really?
Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruhodo-san. By presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession.
Do we have anything for the cabin? Or not the cabin. Well, the vent, specifically. Oh, maybe Kazuma's diary? What was in the diary? Yep, that's the one, because there's mention of the vent. Something, a speckled band dangling.
Evidence. It's just the same as when you are in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use.
Right now? So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes, I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. Okay, I can do that. Easy peasy. Oh, do I have to go in? Oh, present. Examine people. What did I... Oh, hold up. I gotta go back. I'm dumb. There you go. We're gonna use Kazuma's diary. There you go. Jesus Christ, that took a while. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary.
Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary.
Strange. In what way?
He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it?
You're very astute, Inspector.
That's the one. That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right, so if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. Oh. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. Okay. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you.
Really? You're willing to do that?
Okay, so we can go investigate, but he's just gonna have to stay behind. Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. That is the least I can do.
Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Suddenly you're on our side again? Gosh dang. Just select move and then we can leave this cabin at last.
Move? Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can find out. Okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. Let's see if Sherlock Holmes is even in the next... First and foremost, we must get out of this cabin. Okay. Let's see if Sherlock Holmes is here. Oh, what is that? A mouse trap? What's that on the left? This is Burio. Can we investigate? Phew! I'm finally out of that cabin. For the first time. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? That must be awful. Oh, there's a striped guy. He's just sitting here, chilling. What is that? Is that like... What are those? Books? They're not books. They're probably like maps, maybe? Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation.
Okay, so we're not gonna get out of here, obviously.
I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs. Like people in handcuffs for sure.
Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time.
Okay.
I would have thought you'd be used to this ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
Well, yes, I know. But the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe, yeah.
Must have been a very trying time for you.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. Okay. Let's investigate. Oh, we cannot move to the left, I guess? Okay. I wanted to see what that... Oh, we can. Let's go left. Let's take a look at this first.
Ah, a trap for catching mice.
It is a mouse trap. Interesting. But why? Yeah, so we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Yeah, what is that?
Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it's called. Cheese. It's made from milk of cows.
Oh, they don't know what cheese is? Interesting. Cheese. I wonder what that tastes like.
You can't eat it, Naruhodo-san. The chip will snap shut on your fingers.
Really? But Huh, I suppose you're right.
You weren't actually going to try it, were you?
All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Cosmo's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. That's why we killed Cosmo, so we could eat him.
Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later.
Okay, that was random. But that's fine. Nothing up top, I'm guessing. It's just this and the doors. Let's take a look at the doors. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin.
Not our cabin. It's Cosmo-sama's.
Sorry?
Your accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin.
You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. She's ruthless. I don't know why.
These cabins are the finest on the ship. My own cabin is in steerage is number 539, by the way.
500 and... How many cabins are there? I don't think there are that many cabins. It's probably just happens to be 539. Okay, let's take a look at this. What do you think this is? Oh, maybe this is when they pull on the cloth thing, the string they had back in the room. Maybe this is what rings. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? I guess it could just be a fire alarm.
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Really? Brings the ship to a complete stop. Oh, this... I have to see...
What are you doing, Naruhodo-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. Ryunosuke, you're such a dumbass sometimes. Oh my god.
You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation.
Huh. I wish everything would just stop. This ship included. Damn, Ryunosuke. It got... that was dark.
If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else.
Oh my god. Okay. Was that... Were those like suicide things? Ryunosuke made like a suicide remark and then she was like, at least when you're gonna commit suicide, don't involve anyone else. I think that's what that was. Damn. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours, the one the ventilator connects to.
Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging.
Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. It's gonna be a snake owner. Oh god, he really is tall. And that's an interesting sunburn. Oh, excuse me, we, need to get inside this cabin here. Is he ever gonna speak to us? In the animated scene he spoke, so he definitely can speak.
The sailor's eyes speak volumes. They're clearly saying, keep out.
I don't think it's the eyes, I think it's the fact that he's just standing right in front of the door and he's got his arms crossed and he's looking at us menacingly. That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective. He's got the crop top.
Doesn't look like he's going to let us pass.
That's a problem. Okay. That's okay, that's fine. Ship's section. This looks like a plan of the SS Burya. It shows each deck. Look.
The Burya is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering.
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but how is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Good question. And how do airplanes stay up top, in the air?
Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
It is?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago?
Archipelago. There you go.
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago.
The islands of Japan.
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than the ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Interesting. So they're floating islands. Do they move about? Well, I suppose so. Okay, I guess that's the end of that. That was kind of an abrupt end. I thought she'd have more to say. Now, what is this? Blueprints, maybe? That's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log. Shall we have a little
look through it? Is that like who came in and went out and stuff like that, and what time? Sort of like a security camera system.
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded.
Yeah, that's basically it. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting.
And
nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate a compliment. And he can clearly speak English, right? Because he spoke English to Herlock Sholmes. So.
I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank.
Presumably that means there was nothing to report. Or maybe the guy who was supposed to be reporting just wasn't here. Or maybe nobody really came in through the door and there is some kind of secret entrance. Okay. Wonder if we can take a look at that. Nope, it's not part of the evidence. Interesting. So I guess let's take a look at the door and then talk to the guy. I'm guessing we're gonna talk to the guy before we can take a look at the door.
That's the way to the second-class area of the ship. Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. No, you're not gonna make it. Things aren't exactly going well for me. Oh, gotcha.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead.
They have guns? I mean, I do think he would get tackled way before that point or something.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No, I started out with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Kazuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Good point. Fair enough. Let's talk to the big dude. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. Oh wow. That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead.
Uh-oh. He's gonna be a softie, isn't he?
Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you?
You little third-class lady's maid. Oh my god, I was not expecting that.
Oh.
We seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman Bif Strogenov. Strogenov. Well, it does sound like strong, right? Strogenov. But the Strogenov beef. Oh, beef. Oh my god. Bif Strogenov. I don't know what the Strogenov part is, but obviously beef is beef, right? Bif Strogenov. Bif Strogenov. Beef. No, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what the pun is. I know what the pun is. I cannot. Oh my god, what is the pun? Bif Strogenov. Bif Strogenov. Bif Strogenov. Oh my god, somebody has to tell me. Somebody has to tell me. I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what. It's a food. It's a food item, right? I just don't remember. Oh my god. Is it actually just called Strogenov? Is that food? I don't know what it's called. That's the thing. But I know what they're referring to. I know what the pun is. Phew, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Okay. Oh, we can actually talk to him. Let's go. Why not? Mr. Strogenov, about the first-class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Burya steamship for very important persons. Okay, I gotta give him a deeper voice, but still have that Russian accent. What sort of very important persons?
Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons.
Really? So, would that also include, you know, Russian escapee assassins?
That is why I'm always guarding this place.
Maybe the ballerina is also here, right? Because she had that crown thing, tiara, or whatever she escaped with. Gosh, that's amazing.
But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside.
Wow.
I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Strogenov is not animal.
Thank you?
If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Usogi's currently occupied?
Duh.
That says yes. That is yes.
Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like, da. I think it's probably Russian for yes.
Or no. Oh my god. Genius. Yeah. I love Susato-san.
It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation.
Oh. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. And I'm guessing Herlock Sholmes is investigating right now.
Yes, it's tantalizing.
Okay. Oh, messenger next door. Let's try that. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Usogi's?
His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott.
Grimsby Roylott. Grimsby Roylott. Roylott. I'm trying to see if there's a pun there. Grime as in crime. Grime by Roylott. Crime by Roylott. I don't know. I'm trying my best here, okay?
He is very important Western gentleman.
A Western gentleman?
Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with the murder of student boy.
How can you be so sure about that?
Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands.
I doubt that. That was harsh.
Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard?
That is not your business.
Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, have we been... I was still in my Russian accent mode. Have we been, making stops? Is that what's happening? I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Is it like a really old dude? Bedridden or something?
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not your business.
Wow. You know, given that it's none of our business, you sure are giving us a lot of information here, Mr. Stroganov. Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Strogenov?
Da, all time, so criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
Well, you didn't do your job properly, sir.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
It is sad about student boy.
Were you on watch last night as well?
Of course.
And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Нет. That's no. Susato-san, did you understand that? She's gonna say it's probably no, or it could be yes.
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all.
And you didn't hear any strange noises, or sense anything was wrong in some way? Oh, he's looking to the left here.
I said no.
Sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Wait, what do you mean? Catch my eye for a moment there?
This is enough. I cannot say more now.
Oh.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin.
Yes, alright.
Bulkhead to second class area, staying locked at all times. You escape when lobster whistles on top of the mountain? Or as English say, when the pigs fly?
Yes, I understand. Okay, interesting expression.
Good. Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely. Okay, let's see what we can do. I'm guessing there's nothing else to investigate outside of actually going into the room here, right? Is there any updates, basically? Nope, it's just a room, it looks like. Well, we're gonna have to end it here and pick it up in the next episode. Well, there you go, you guys. We did a fair amount of investigation in this episode, and the highlight by far was meeting Hosonaga again. Oh my god, I love Hosonaga so much. I'm so glad he's making an appearance again, and I'm guessing he's gonna be the gumshoe of this game, so he's gonna keep appearing in the cases, probably undercover in every case, and I hope that's the case because Hosonaga is pretty awesome, and I hope we get an explanation as to why he's just coughing up blood all the time, and hopefully that doesn't mean by the end of the game he's gonna die or something, right? I hope he actually, you know, survives and he's a recurring character because I really like him. We don't know where Sherlock Holmes is currently. I'm guessing he's investigating the cabin next door right now, and maybe the person who's supposed to be occupying that room is not actually in right now, but it could be that they're also in. I'm guessing the Strogenov guy has something to hide. I don't know if he's telling the complete truth when he says he didn't hear or see anything. I'm guessing he's maybe saying he hasn't because he wasn't actually at his station when he was supposed to be, and that's why maybe the log sheet is mostly blank also, right? And it's interesting that, you know, Hosonaga was assigned to be Kazuma's bodyguard, right? Because we had suspicions that Kazuma, you know, he acted strange even before this case started, right? Or at the very beginning of the case, there was like, he kind of knew that he was in danger. By going on the ship, he was going to be putting himself in great danger, and there was someone out there who was going to try to assassinate him or something, right? We don't really know exactly why or who or what, you know, their motive is, but apparently it wasn't just Kazuma who knew for a fact that this might happen. Apparently, you know, the government or I don't recall what his name was, but that person who kind of funded this trip or kind of encouraged Kazuma to go, he assigned Hosonaga to be his bodyguard. So I'm really curious to find out just exactly what's going on here in terms of that, right? And the chances are that if someone were and had planned on assassinating Kazuma, it's likely that they would have gotten the room next to Kazuma, right? If they somehow knew he was going to be aboard the ship, I'm sure they would have been able to arrange so the assassin would be right next door to Kazuma. And maybe that's what's happening, maybe it's not, who knows. There's still a lot of uncertainty. But yeah, I'm still of the opinion that maybe Kazuma was supposed to be drugged with the food, but Ryunosuke was the one who ended up eating the food and falling to sleep, and that's why Kazuma was awake when he was kind of attacked, and that's why there were signs of a struggle. And maybe whoever it was, they must be able to speak Russian. And I'm just wondering if that whole escaped prisoner plot line is gonna be super relevant here, or if it's just like a kind of a red herring thing. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Apparently there's a lot of wealthy and important people on board right now, so it's entirely possible that prisoner assassin dude is on board as well, and he's just, you know, hiding and trying to escape to the Great Britain or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.